Greetings, brothers and sisters. I hope all is well. So in this truth, you're going to have to take hardships head on. We all know that this life is an everyday battle, especially when you're in this truth. It's tenfold. Because being in this truth causes you, which is a wonderful cause, causes you to accumulate wisdom, which attracts demons because you then begin to see the wickedness of things, the atmosphere, the environment, people, ideologies, whatever. That causes demons to want to attack you. That's what makes it tenfold tougher on the person that's in the truth than the person that's not. The scriptures in Ecclesiastes 1:18, I'm going to paraphrase, it says that for in much wisdom is much grief. For he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrows. So being in this knowledge could sometimes take a toll on you, you know what I'm saying? But you got to keep it rolling. You got to keep it pushing. And the thing that I want to speak to you about today, what this video is going to be about, is that, though you're in this truth individually by yourself, you're not in this alone because collectively we're together. You know what I'm saying? We all in this together. For it's important for all brethren to keep each other sharpened. You know what I'm saying? On point. So that's what I'm talking about in this part 1 video of iron sharpening iron. Proverbs 27:17, for iron sharpeneth iron, so does the man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. I may have kind of paraphrased that a little bit as well, or added a word or something like that. But it's Proverbs 27:17. You see, we may not be friends or nothing because we don't know each other personally, but we all strive for the same God, the one true God, the only one, the Alpha and Omega, he that is, was, and always will be, the God of terrors, the God of war, the Lord of hosts, the God of spirits. You know what I'm saying? The God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Just to be a little bit more specific. You know what I mean? Can't be like those people, those puppets. I mean, not people, but puppets that get up on stage talking about, I just want to thank God first. Who's your God? I just told you mine. I just gave you about almost 10 names. You know what I'm saying? I just told you mine. He go about all 10 of those I just named. 8, 9, 10, however many I named. Who's yours? Because a person can look at, and I'm digressing a little bit, a person can look at that tree and be like, that's my God. People have done it before. It's called idolatry. Carved out, little sculptures out of trees or metal and worshipped it. You know what I'm saying? A person can say God, that doesn't mean he's talking about the God of the Bible. He could be talking about Satan. He could be talking about himself. She could be talking about herself. So don't get it twisted. Just because they get up there and they talk, like, this some stuff you learn when you first get into truth. This is like years and years ago. But for those that don't know it, you know it now. Even then, they'll get up there and probably do say, some names or whatever the case may be. Some names that the Most High goes by. You know what I'm saying? Some articles. But the symbolism that they put up will tell you that those people aren't really with the Most High. You just got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? It's all deception. And they're cowards, by the way. If you don't worship the Most High, why are you trying to act and play like and trying to deceive somebody into believing that you do worship the Most High? That's weak. You know what I'm saying? Say it with your chest. Don't hide it. But anyway, Proverbs 27:17 proves that you can strengthen your brethren in the spirit, you know what I'm saying, whether it's through words or actions. We talking about iron sharpening iron, right? I'll take you to the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verses 11 through 13. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. That's iron sharpening iron. Comforting one another, you know what I'm saying? Edifying one another, that's iron sharpening iron. Verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their works' sake, and be at peace among yourselves. Like I said, edifying one another is a form of strengthening one another. You know what I'm saying? Or keeping your brethren strong and girded in this truth, in this knowledge. Your brethren may be going through something. You have the power to be able to uplift him in the spirit. Like I said, whether it's through words or actions. Fasting with your brethren. You know what I'm saying? Praying for your brethren. That's iron sharpening iron. Men congregating. You know what I'm saying? Women congregating on how to be better wives. Men congregating on how to build up the community. You know, things of that nature. That's iron sharpening iron. Build up your nation. Building up your nation, not community. Well, community too, yeah. Community as in nation. And speaking of the other two verses, 12 and 13, you know what I'm saying? I got love for all the brothers, whether you're in the camp or not. Me, myself, I'm not in the camp, you know what I'm saying? But much love to all the brothers that are, and all the brothers, whether you are or not in the camp. Shout out to you, man. Shalom, and you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing, keep doing the work. I say that because in a lot of camps is certain ranks and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But from this perspective, I'm not speaking of ranks. Of course, you should respect your elders and hold them to high esteem. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Along with the brethren that are in the knowledge, just like you. But that's what those other two verses are basically saying. Just making sure you have a certain amount of reverence for those that labor in this truth, just like you. AKA those that keep the Most High first, pray, fast, read, study to show yourself approved, give alms when you can, help out, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, along with the holy days, those that are actually doing the work. To hold somebody to a higher esteem means to have more respect for them, more reverence for them. Doesn't mean that you wouldn't have respect for a random person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure everyone naturally does this. You dig what I'm saying? But in the world, from a worldly perspective, they do it with who they know versus who they don't. You know what I'm saying? We do it with who puts in the work versus who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You hold those people to a higher esteem. You give them more reverence, you know what I'm saying, and respect because they do the work. Way more respect than a random person you don't even know, of course. Sometimes even more than, certain associates or family members of yours. And I'm paraphrasing when I say this, but Yahweh Shai say he that puts mother and father before him, man, you ain't gonna make it. You don't love him for real, and I'm paraphrasing. You don't love him for real. Understand the differences between those that are here for a time, for a season, in the flesh, and those that are going to be here forever. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because they do this work like you. I love all my loved ones, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you guys got a lot of loved ones that you love as well, so there's nothing against them. And I'm not saying that a random person is not due his or her respect. You know what I'm saying? We're all human and none of us are perfect. We at least deserve that respect. If you just, say you just walking past somebody, no harm, no foul against you, then you give them their respect. But you give those that do the work the respect that they deserve, you know what I'm saying, due to them being aligned with you, because you're doing the work as well. And verse 13 goes on to say that you should be at peace among yourselves. You can't strengthen your brethren, you know what I'm saying, if you guys are always butting heads and always at each other's necks. It looks like you're tearing each other down, you know what I'm saying? You're not sharpening each other. That's not iron sharpening iron. That's like one iron, you know what I'm saying, putting a blowtorch to the next iron, your brother or sister. As iron takes about 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit in order to melt. So it would take an oxygen-fed propane blowtorch in order to melt iron. You don't want to be a blowtorch to those that labor in this truth like you. You want to be a iron, as they are. You want to be a blowtorch towards those that hate this truth, those that love having you in captivity. You want to be a blowtorch towards Satan. See, the men in this truth are compared to iron because of its endurance. You know how hot 2,800 degrees is? It takes that much in order to melt iron. And that's what the scriptures compare you to, iron, because of its endurance. And what does the scripture say about endurance? He that endures to the end shall be saved. It's going to take more than a little campfire, a little wood fire to melt you, brother. It's going to take more than a regular blowtorch to stop you from enduring, sister. It's going to take more than the hardships you're going through, the battles that you're facing, the losses that you've experienced. So in conclusion, I just want to say that you're not in this alone. You have your brethren, you know what I'm saying? So as your brethren sharpen you, you make sure they're on point by sharpening them as well, staying guarded and girded in this truth, enduring to the end, keeping the Most High first, beyond the end. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that your faith in, your fear of, and your love for the Most High continues to grow and be strengthened more and more. Shalom and blessings.